Town of Ravens Shores regular meeting. It's Wednesday, June 14th, 2017, 6 p.m. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Here.
Commissioner Henderson? Commissioner Neal?
Here.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Here.
Mayor Adams?
Here.
Attorney Rubenstein?
Here.
First order of business is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting, May the 10th, 2017, workshop meeting, May the 31st, 2017.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the regular meeting, May the 10th, and the workshop meeting, May 31st.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next, the ratification of bills for May and June 2017.
I make a motion we accept the ratification of bills for May and June of 2017.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next is commission reports. I'll begin. And I want to discuss our charter review to start with. I think it's every 10 years we're supposed
Every
to.
10 years is required, every 5 years you have to consider it. This will be a 5-year consideration.
So we're considering the charter review for the 5 years so far, and Attorney Denhart has looked at this, and Attorney Rubenstein, and we don't see any changes that need to be made or right now, or a report or a new committee. So I need a motion and all that stuff. So I need a motion to accept we have discussed the charter review
Found that it's not necessary.
and found it's not necessary. Thank you.
So what is our motion for?
That it's been discussed and not necessary.
Okay. I make a motion that it has been discussed and not necessary. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. On the, I'd like to go to the fire and emergency report for last month. There were 4 non-emergency fire responses. Time period for this response, 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Emergency fire responses with an average time of 8 minutes and 30 seconds. There were 5 non-emergency EMS responses for this time period with an average response time of 6 minutes and 3 seconds. There were 15 emergency EMS responses for this time with an average response time of 5 minutes and 29 seconds. On to the police report. For crimes reported, we were +1 above last year. Police action reports, we were down 21 from last year. Physical arrest, we were up 1. Traffic accidents, we're down 4. Traffic citations, we were down 32. Parking tickets down 26. Traffic warnings down 19. Ordinance citations down 16. Ordinance warnings up 44, and other calls for service was up 44. I'd like to, while we're talking about the police and the fire, commend what happened up in Washington this morning. The thin blue line was there, thank God, and a lot of response from first responders, and I'm sure there'd been a lot of lives lost if that hadn't been there. Thank you for that. Let's see, something else I wanted to talk about. I don't seem to. As most of you know, we're working on putting emergency response, we call it building, fire and emergency response down in North Reddington, and with using part of our property there. Also where our maintenance facility is located, which would disappear, the maintenance facility would be shared with North Reddington and us, as we're starting to share all expenses on all equipment at the present time to save us money. And also with, if we can, everything works to get this emergency response and fire there at North Reddington, the times that you've read and seen will be cut down. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Steve, considerably. I did want to talk about that a little bit. And right now, I don't think I have anything else to talk about right now. So, Vice Mayor Capper.
Building Department, building permits, 55 permits were issued, no single-family homes. We had a total of 7,132.95. They're all miscellaneous permits, windows, air conditioners, pavers, a little bit of everything, but no single-family home. Also, we have a problem down at Constitution Park with the main pavilion. We're loaded up with drywood termites, and at this time, we're collecting bids to take care of that, so it will be tenanted here in the near future, and it'll probably have to close it down for 2 days, and that would be it. And that is all I have.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Capper. Commissioner Neal?
Give a little update from the traffic data that we pulled off the new traffic signs. The signs seem to be working very well as far as pulling the data and everything off of them. They come right up. I'm onto the phone. I emailed it to Mary. We printed it out. So it worked out real nice. But we still have a few people that are not really abiding by the speeds. There's not many of them. I think we have them narrowed down anyway. We know what times they're doing it. So all in all, it's working. It's working very well. But like I say, we need to do that as residents. Identify the people coming down the street, and I'm not talking about beating them up or nothing, even though we would like to. That's all I have for the traffic. The sewer lines that we were relining, most of it is done. We have a couple of lines that we can't reline because they have conduits crossing over them. So we're just going to move that linear footage to another area and go ahead and take care of that, and then maybe next time we bring the crew back in, we can take care of the lines that we initially wanted to. And this just makes it to where we can just keep moving forward with the lane. And it's becoming a critical thing. We need to really look at in the future speeding up this and getting it done. And we don't have 10 years to do this. We should do it in 3 or 4 years and get everything relined, and so it's all done. And so if we have a storm, we could really be looking at a serious problem. So that's all I have.
I would like to add a little bit to that, to the two places that Commissioner Neal is talking about is where, when we had the undergrounding done, the electric pipe, Verizon or somebody drilled holes right through the sewer system, and the pipes it's just now starting to show up the problem a few years later. I was in, and I haven't let Steve know anything. I was in, I think Steve knows it. I was in telephone conversation with Jeff Baker today, who is with Duke Power, and they're still working on it. They're to get somebody out here to fix those two spots, or three spots. I think they call it risk management. Is holding it up right now, trying to come up with whether they're going to pay us or what's going to happen. So
Passing the buck around a little bit right now.
yeah, whatever.
And those spots have to be dug up, right?
The one in front of my house does. I don't know about on up toward your way, whether they do have to dig them up or not.
And they may be able to shoot up underneath of them, shoot a new line underneath, and then just pull the old one out and then line it.
Yeah.
They got this little machine that crawls down in there that can fill the hole.
So, we're just waiting till we can get everything with Duke, and I was assured by Jeff Baker with Duke that he would contact me tomorrow and let me know where they stand with that. All right, is that all you have?
That's it.
Okay. Commissioner Henderson's not here. Commissioner Drum.
Okay, emergency management, Town Clerk Palmer and I sat in on a PowerPoint presentation this morning with the Florida League of Cities. The topic was Florida Municipal Insurance Trust, or the FMIT. We spent 2 hours going over Simplicity, which is their program. This is a computer program made for the cities to prepare for any disaster. Really informative. A huge program. We're going to fine tune a lot of our stuff to input it. And this gives the insurance people quicker response time as far as to get the money coming to us quicker in an emergency such as that. It's easier to get contractors to come to start move when you have cash in hand. So that worked out well. Also, the barricades for the secondary streets were ordered today, so they should be coming in soon. The plan is with the chief is when we do want to close off a secondary street because of flooding, whoever sets the barricade is going to call the chief and let his people know that they're closed off, not just by some random citizen, by one of us or one of our staff. PSCA, they have a bus rapid transit, or BRT, program. It's an express route from downtown St. Pete Central Ave area to the Gulf Beaches. This is a shovel-ready, this is what they call it, shovel-ready project. Out of 6 potential corridors recommended in the past studies, making this, once again, they called it an ideal pilot project for Pinellas County. The BRT is an expedited limited stop travel from downtown to the beaches. This should cut the current transit time by 1/3. They're waiting on, they have the Federal Transit Administration guidelines is almost complete with small starts package starting. To have to turn them into the FDA in August. The plan is to get the people, downtown St. Pete is it's thriving. If we could get them down to the beaches, as soon as you get to the beaches, the trolley works very well. So I think that will work out well for us. The library, I have really good news about the library. June 23rd, the board's going to interview a new candidate who, on her resume and from the phone interview, sounded like this would be a perfect candidate. The email traffic I saw from last night today looks like only one board member cannot make this meeting because it's such short notice. So I'm looking forward to go to meet her on the 23rd. That's all I have.
Good, and I'm glad to hear that PSTA, because if you've ever tried to take the bus down from here to a Rays game, you can get down there, it's hard to get home.
Right. And this is going to run 7 days a week.
All right, good deal. All right. Okay, on to new business. Local Planning Agency recommendation of proposed ordinance 17-01. Attorney Rubenstein.
Yes, the Planning and Zoning Board has recommended approval of the ordinance, which pertains to the planning and zoning and special magistrate decisions. And if the mayor would like, I can read ordinance by title now. We can vote on that as well.
Sure.
Ordinance number 17-01, an ordinance of the town of Redington Shores, Florida, pertaining to planning and zoning and special magistrate decisions, amending section 90-130 of the land development regulations of the code of the town of Redington Shores, Florida, pertaining to appeals from decisions of the planning and zoning board and special magistrate to set forth the standard for such appeals, amending section 70-2, 70-3, 70-4, 70-5, 70-6, 70-7, 70-8, 70-9, 70-10, 70-12, and 70-13 of the Code of the Town of Redington Shores, Florida to update the terminology of special master to special magistrates, providing for the inclusion of such amended ordinance in the Code of the Town of Redington Shores, Florida, providing an effective date.
Okay, now, that ordinance is 17-01?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to we approve the ordinance 17-01.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next, record disposition request. Need a motion? Mayor?
A motion, in a second to be able to destroy
Right.
these records.
Okay. And what are you doing with them?
Burn them.
Okay. So we need a motion.
We need a motion to burn them?
Yep. Well, let's make not a motion to burn them.
I second it.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
Jeff?
I did.
Thank you. Some will be in microphone.
Second, we get a second?
Yes, I second it.
Okay, motion and second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. All right, then, discussion of a possible sewer utility increase. You heard our sewer commissioner and how things need to be speeded up. And what we're working with is a 50-year-old system with lots of problems. So 2012, I think, through 2000, was that right, Mary? 2012 through 16, 17?
Yes.
The county upped our charge, what we paid in for them processing our sewer, because we never passed that through to any resident. But what's happened now is that as this system gets older and we spend more and more money on it, looking at the budget, I looked at the budget as it's prepared and what Commissioner Neal has requested for repairs and that kind of stuff next year. It looks like we need to pass through to the residents a percentage. Now, I don't know yet where that percent could be. To get our budget close to balance, we're looking at about 10%. But I don't know if we need to do that high. But it will be in a public hearing. There will be a public hearing, and I'd like to hear anybody on here, up on any of the commissioners that have any.
Do you want to just take a, say up to 10%? It could be less?
Well, yeah, it could be less, correct. Could do that, could do that.
And it gives us some money where we can put some money into to the repairs.
Right.
On average, say it was 10%. What would that cost per home?
It would cost per, we charge for baths, right? Number of baths. And so if for one bath, for 10%, it would go up about $4.50 per bath.
Per month?
Well,
Or no, every 2 months?
every 2 months.
2 months.
So,
It's $4.
I got 10 bathrooms.
I know
Got to count the boat. That's 12.
you don't count the boat.
Just kidding.
That's another fixture.
That's another picture, yeah.
So, I think it just has to be discussed tonight, right, Mary? And any
Well,
vote?
yeah, we want to move forward with possibly doing this because we need to, get it to Pinellas County, we
Right.
need to do advertising.
Advertising, all that. So would we like,
And it takes a few
Do it at the
months.
workshop in?
do we have time for the workshop, or have we?
Oh, yeah, because your public hearing probably wouldn't be until like, this is June, probably August, August or
Okay.
September. So you don't have to set the rate, you can do it at the public hearing, you can
Right.
discuss it.
All right, and set it at public hearing, yeah.
Right.
So we move it forward to the workshop. I see that our,
We need a motion on that, or?
I don't think we
No,
do,
okay.
just that, I'm just gonna be, so I'm gonna contact the county and let them know we're gonna do something.
All right. And I see our head of our finance committee is here tonight. Steve, when is y'all's next meeting?
Our next meeting is on the 26th, June 26th, which is a week from this Monday. And if residents have questions about it, I'd encourage them to come to the Finance Committee. Not many people come. This is a very interesting time because it's the budget process, and the sewer fund is integral to the overall budget because the 2.2 million in cash in the sewer is about 30% of our 7 million cash reserves. Chris Henderson has a lot of great data. We're looking at all different kinds of things, and we transfer money from the sewer fund to the general fund, so it's really interesting. If you want to see the numbers, any resident can come to the meeting on the 26th of June.
On the 26th, what time would that be?
6.
Yeah,
But we're looking at
I'm
all
just
kinds.
thinking. Can two commissioners do that? I don't know.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So the commissioners allowed to come to that?
Yeah, as long as they don't partake in the discussion.
We'd love commissioners to come.
As long as we keep our mouth shut, we're okay.
No,
I prefer you to heckle us.
By law.
They had, by law, they can't say anything.
Well, he can heckle us a little.
Heckling is permitted. But by law, they can't talk.
That's fine.
Jeff never talks anyway, he'll be there.
I'm gonna call it.
Okay,
So
down,
consensus is to move forward.
move forward to the
Okay.
workshop, yes.
Mayor, I have a couple of items that were not on the agenda that are ripe for discussion, if you'd like. Our first proposed resolution I have is Resolution 4-17. This is a resolution that would appoint a second special magistrate. Her name is Amber Ashton. I have interviewed her. She seems very confident, very knowledgeable when it comes to both code enforcement and variances. And recently, we realized there's probably a need for a second special magistrate, just in case there's a conflict of interest on a case, or even if somebody's sick or out of town, that'll avoid us having to delay those hearings. So if the mayor would like, I'll read by title for your consideration.
If you would, please.
Resolution number 4-17, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Reddington Shores, Florida pertaining to the appointment of a special magistrate for code enforcement and variances for the Town of Reddington Shores, providing for an effective date.
Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mayor, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes.
The next item up for consideration is resolution number 3-17, and this resolution also deals with special magistrate Thomas Trask this time. We realized when going through and appointing Amber Ashton that Tom Trask has been appointed as the alternate special magistrate back in 2012, but we never have amended it since his law partner retired to appoint him as special magistrate and not alternate special magistrate. So it's really just a terminology change. And I can read by title if you wish.
Please.
Resolution number 3-17, a resolution of the Town Commission of the Town of Reddington Shores, Florida, amending resolution number 6-12 to designate Thomas J. Trask as the special magistrate of the Town of Reddington Shores, providing for an effective date.
Like to make a motion to approve ordinance 3-17,
Resolution.
or resolution, excuse me.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mayor, call the roll.
Commissioner Drum?
Yes.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next is proclamation. This is fantastic proclamation.
Do we want to do?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot that one. Go ahead.
One last item that has come forward is an interlocal agreement that's been proposed by Pinellas County. It's for the Penny for Pinellas like we've done in the past. As you, I'm sure, are aware, it's going to go up for a vote to see if Penny for Pinellas will even continue. If it does, then this agreement would take effect of January 1st, 2020, and it's substantially the same as the agreements you've entered into in the past. Looks like Reddington Shores would receive 0.1559% of the net proceeds. If you all would like to entertain that interlocal agreement, then I'd recommend that someone make a motion authorizing the mayor to sign the interlocal agreement with Pinellas County.
Is this the same thing that we have in place right now?
Correct.
Right.
Yes,
So
same.
it would come into effect in 2020 if the voters approve the penny for Pinellas.
I make a motion that, for the mayor to sign this.
It's,
Interlocal agreement.
The
interlocal
interlocal
agreement.
agreement.
second.
Motion and a second, in discussion. Only thing I'd like to say is, pennies for Pinellas has always been good, and for us and for the beaches and for projects around the county of Pinellas. So, if you talk to your neighbors and voting, please encourage them to vote for pennies for Pinellas. That may call the roll.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Neal,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Capper.
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes. Public comments. That's you. Oh, did I gotta do that proclamation? Proclamation is June the 14th, 2017 as Elder Abuse Awareness Day.
Do you want to make a motion on that?
Now, public comments.
The day's almost over.
Hi there, CJ Hoyt. I am on 176 Terrace, and I just wanted to commend the commission, particularly Jeff Neal, for looking at alternates for the traffic situation on that street. As I mentioned when I spoke up here at the April meeting, I ride my bike, I walk, I drive down that street, and I've definitely noticed a difference since the stop sign has been put in and since the electronic speed signs have been put in. So thank you for listening to all the very divergent opinions from the folks that spoke at that meeting and listening to that. And then I wanted to say one other thing. I had the unfortunate situation of renewing my flood insurance, and I was talking to my my insurance agent, and she actually told me that Reddington Shores is one of the best towns in the county for our CRS rating. And I wanted to also commend the town and the commission for employing Lisa Foster, who we're fortunate enough to have as a certified floodplain manager, volunteering and doing all the work that she's doing to help with our community rates for flood insurance. So I was unfortunately out of town during the last meeting, but the video I did get a chance to watch, and if anybody hasn't seen it, hopefully there's a lot of good things that are going on from a flood insurance perspective. So I just wanted to thank you guys for all you're doing for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We definitely scored on Lisa.
I would like to say that very seldom do we have anybody come up there and thank us.
Especially when we're talking
I second
speed table.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think the creation of our PPI committee that really worked towards public outreach really helped us and got us, which Lisa is on with other residents also.
And Lisa is a volunteer, by the way, for the town. So-
But she does it like it's her job.
Right, she does. She does. All right, with that, next workshop meeting is Wednesday, June 28, 2017, 6 p.m. The regular meeting Wednesday, July the 12th, 2017, at 6 p.m. With that, this meeting is adjourned.